Sometimes when you want to have your friends over, you just end up sitting on the floor. Why? Because you just want to show your friends all your stuff that you've piled up on your floor. If it's, hey, let's go through my closet, and you tell me what to keep or throw away. So, FlossTube edition, sitting on the floor, at least for now. Should have planned out my outfit a little better, but it is what it is. You get what you get. McKenna here, 1884 Stitchery. I am back from my world traveling, state traveling adventures. So good. So good. What can I say? This is going to be the haul video of what I have purchased, not only for myself, but for you guys as well, my 1884 customers. I just have, I'm pretty sure this is going to be out of order. But yeah, it's going to be crazy, just showing you guys, telling you guys stories. So get your stitching, get a drink, figure out what you're going to do. I have, I like to have like a bin under next to my sofa, and then that's like where I just collect things and be like, oh yeah, my next video, here's what I show you. But let you guys, it's like all in front of my window, so we're just gonna sit here. I have been stitching, not a whole lot. Traveling, I have taken pieces, but definitely did not get as much stitching as I wanted done on the 3 trips that I have embarked on since the last time you guys saw me. So let's just start with my bin, and might be out of order, but that's okay, because this is how you talk to your friends. When you have friends over, stitching friends, book friends, whoever, you tend to ramble and talk about things out of order and get sidetracked. It's like you guys are here on the floor with me. All good. Thrifting. Before, I don't know when. I got this thrifting. It does not work. Actually, I think it does work. But how amazing for a finish. Yeah. So, you guys are out thrifting, picking, garage sales. Look at clocks. Because a stunner of a way, I think, to highlight stitching. I love the finish on it already, so I don't see myself painting it. The great hardware. This was a Hobby Lobby clock for 25 bucks. I think I got it for like $2-3. So yeah, easy enough to screw the back out, and then you can take the arms off and then use the clock face as your mounting board. So I love that. And it has like a shadow box. There's maybe about 1 inch, so it'd be even cool. You could like put little things in there if they pertain to your finished piece. Oh my God. You guys. All right. Thrift store, antique mall, whatever you want to call them. I'm just going to call them thrift stores, general name. There is a place not too far from me, about 10 minutes, and it's kind of a whole like strip mall of antique stores. One that I love going to is, oh God, it's like a ASPCA animal place, and I have found things in there before. And I went in there one day this was weeks ago, and found, I'm not sure which one I found first, okay? But I found one, I think it was like $10. If you guys follow me on Stitching and Skulls, I always take you guys thrifting with me and show you the crazy stuff I find, purchase, and what the prices are. These are definitely a lot more worth than $10. So I had found one day, and then when I was speaking to the lady at the shop, she was like, yeah, we're trying to clear stuff out in this room. They have this side room where they put a lot of their bigger pieces of furniture, stuff like that. And usually in there it's like 50% off. So I don't think these frames were not, because it'll say like FS final sale or firm something. So she was saying how they were expecting a huge truckload from a lady who had passed away, and the family had gone through everything that they wanted, and her final wishes for the rest of her stuff to be donated to this place for the animals. So, old people have good shit, okay? Love old people stuff. So I came back the next day, and they had not tagged or fully marked everything, but I saw this and I took it and ran and could not believe. Now, I don't think this belonged to the woman's donations. I think they just got separated and then were put out at different times. But stunning. I mean, yeah. So I got to find the right pieces for this. Something about frames and boxes. You guys, I'm obsessed with frames and boxes. I got to get off that. More thrifting. I'm somewhere else. Came across this beauty. The frame is in decent condition. Some of the little fancy little pieces have come off, but I don't think it's horrendous or super noticeable, and it just adds to the piece. So this is a stunner. In September, I will be driving over to Anaheim. I think it's technically Garden Grove, for the Live and Dye LA. Valerie, the owner of that company, amazing fabric, she hand dyes. She is putting on a retreat. So if you go on Facebook, type in Live and Dye LA. I don't remember, I'm totally blanking on the name of the retreat. It will come up though, if you scan her page. Amazing retreat, laid back, welcoming. You get a welcome bag with fabric, and vendors are there. I'm going to be vending in September. McKenna, why are you vending? You don't have stuff to vend. Yeah, I have stuff to vend. Now, I've been slowly putting some stuff aside. This will be a piece that I will take to Anaheim. I love how it's framed up. Again, I can't keep everything. I love how it's framed up, and I would not want to take this out. I think it's amazing all by itself. So, and I wouldn't want to ship it afraid any of these would pop off or break or the glass would break. So this is something that I'm packing up and putting aside. So I'm going to have a lot of these thrifted items that I have found during my 10-day trip adventure to Texas. More on that. So I'm bringing cross-stitch patterns and stuff to sell, but I'm taking a chance and bringing antique, vintage, cross-stitch pieces, because so many of you guys, when I am taking you guys along on my thrifting adventures, my stuff is shit at my thrift store. I can't find anything like this. You scored, that's an amazing price, great eye. And I'm trying to figure out how to bring this stuff to you guys. That is why when I found the Call It Antique store in Mesa, and Vicky has all of these stitched pieces framed. Some are beautifully framed, some not so much. I purchased them and then put them up on 1884. So if you go on 1884stitchery.com, you will see a tab up at the top. It says finished pieces. Click on that, and those are pieces that I am coming across, purchasing, selling to you for what I paid, just to get these pieces out there, because so many of you guys love them and want to give them a new home or repurpose them, but you just don't come across them when you guys go out thrifting or antiquing. So I'm trying to help get it out there. So I'm always on the look, and so now I'm finding pieces that are not textiles, but that I do want to make available. But again, the whole shipping and breakage. But I'm going to be bringing some of those pieces to Anaheim to sell, because a lot of the people that come are driving. So getting rid of this stuff is less. Getting rid of this stuff, the glass pieces, is a lot more doable than boxing it up and shipping it out. Okay, what's next? So the first vacation that I had was Costa Rica. Absolutely stunning. Went to Costa Rica with a friend for a week. If you've never been, go. It is stunning. The people, the scenery, so lush, so green. The weather was great. Yes, humid, but not like Florida East Coast humid. It did not bother me at all. The first hotel we stayed at, our view was of a volcano out on our balcony. And that was in La Fortuna. And then we rented a car. We had a car the whole week, and then drove about 3-4 hours to the coast, which I totally am blanking, where we stayed. Right on the water, amazing. And it was funny, the last night we were there, huge downpours of rain, and I'm laying in bed and the whole room shakes, and you hear sliding, trees cracking, breaking off. I was waiting for the hotel room off the edge of the cliff overlooking the ocean to slide down the hill, and then we'd wake up in the morning and be right on the ocean. But no, it was a mudslide, hillslide. We went out and looked in the morning and couldn't see anything because it's just so lush. And we told the people when we were checking out, and I said, yeah, I've been through earthquakes and tornadoes, hurricanes. What else have I been through? Tsunami. I was in not survived it, but I was in Hawaii when there was one and the waves had changed. Grasping at straws on that one. But I was like, yeah, I don't know if surviving a hillside or anything like that. And he's like, yeah, those happen a lot. But it was just crazy feeling the room shake, and you hear the sliding and the trees, and you're like, oh God, are we gonna go with it? So Costa Rica was amazing. And when I was there, I stumbled across a local market, food. Oh my God, you guys, the size of the carrots are not like anything that is produced here in the States. The carrots looked different, so much like thicker and not in a typical carrot shape. The watermelon, the fruit was so much better. God, even the onions. Just walking through the market with the produce was absolutely stunning, beautiful. So there were also people there, vendors, handmade items. And the last vendor we went by, I did like a triple take because I could not believe what I saw. It was a lady. She needle points and sells her items. My friend looked at me like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, of course we come across randomly, and this was a place where there were no tourists, so we were definitely off the beaten path, which I absolutely love doing stuff like that. She spoke no English. I speak very minimal Spanish with a side of Spanglish. My friend speaks pretty decently, and she sees the smile on my face, and I'm telling her, you know, your stuff's gorgeous, beautiful. And so I start talking to her, and she's like, no English. And so she had a friend, translator came over, and I explained to him that I do this. And she showed me like the plastic canvas and the needle and the thread, and I said, see, yes. And then I pulled up my phone and showed her smaller. I told her that I stitch on smaller fabric. And here, she didn't speak any English. I didn't speak enough Spanish. Yet she used her items that were there, and I used my phone with my pictures to show this common interest that we had. And so randomly. And it's like in that moment, I so wish I spoke fluent, perfect Spanish to explain to her exactly what I did, and then ask her, like, you know, how did you start? Who taught you? Purchased a hummingbird. All of her pieces had the Costa Rican flag. So the hummingbird, my grandma loved hummingbirds, so got that. So this can now officially go up on my refrigerator. Purchased a, so Arnal volcano is the volcano that was seen outside of our hotel room in the first place we stayed. So I picked that up. This is not actually, is it the Arnal? Yes. This is not the volcano that erupted a couple months ago. That was a different one. And it was open. We could have driven to it and walked to it. But we wanted to do so much other things. So I was content that we had a view of a volcano when I sat out on the balcony, cross-stitching in the morning and drinking coffee. I was totally content. But what's amazing about this, she stitched it twice. And then put the backs together, and then did like a whip stitch all the way around. She had some of these larger pieces. The one that I really, really liked was like butterfly and flowers. was like $100, which I'm totally fine with paying. But we were still in La Fortuna at this time. We still had so many days ahead of us, and I was like, I want a plaque, one of her pieces, because it's already framed up with a hook. But I want to be conservative on space, because when I travel, I don't check bags. It's only carry-on. So got the parrot, absolutely loved it. Super, super fun. She even stitches the flag with the little tag. So I was so happy when I came across those. Other things that I got in Costa Rica, as you guys can see here, within the last couple months, I've decided I like masks, and I want freaky masks, one-off masks, masks that will probably creep me out, bring bad juju, are possessed. That's my start. I'm trying, you guys, so hard to get some sort of, spirits, afterlife. I think I'm just trying too hard. The masks aren't working. I have 7 skulls, residue of somebody's ashes, instant relatives up on the wall. Oh, you guys can't see my instant relative. I am trying so hard. I think they just know that, and they're like, we can't do anything supernatural in McKenna's place. They probably talk and do shit while I'm gone, which I'm never here. So that's another topic. Like, why am I even paying rent here? I'm never here. Fun fact, as of today, I've spent 27 days in hotel rooms. 27 nights in hotel rooms so far this year. And what, we're like halfway through January or July, and I still have more trips. 27 days. You know how many days I've spent the night here at my apartment in July? Twice. Last night was night 2. My mom's like, are you still paying rent? I'm like, yeah, I'm paying rent for, it's my office and to house my weird collection. So Costa Rica, found this mask, absolutely love it. Clay, it was $11. See, this is, that's the stuff I loved. So handmade, $11, but I need to figure out how to put a wire, but this is like stone or concrete, or it's probably clay. So I need to figure out so I can put it up on my wall. I don't know if I use like that epoxy stuff and put like 2 pieces of the epoxy and do some wire, but then I'd be afraid the epoxy would come off and then this would fall on me, of course, when I'm walking through the doorway and hit me in the head. So I gotta figure out a way, but yeah, I loved that. Okay, let's just stack stuff here. Got back from Costa Rica about 2 weeks later, went to Mexico, Cancun area, Puerto Morales, went with Joe and the boys. Yes, we still take family trips. It's okay, it's great. Actually, I highly recommend it if you are still good with your exes. So, I know it's weird, it's unconventional, it's okay. But yeah, so we were there for a week, and again, the same thing. Walking around, trying to find things that I could bring back for you guys. I should have brought to show you an example, but under finished pieces again, I brought back a few hand beaded pouches. So those are up on 1884 Stitchery. I know a couple have already sold. And then I brought back a pouch that has cross stitch on front and back. And I believe that has not sold out yet. But I was looking for like molas to bring back or anything like that, and I just did not. So yeah, check that out if you want to see the hand beaded bags that I brought back from Mexico. Also had to get a mask there. We ended up going to the ruins of Tulum, which I've been to before, years and years ago. So that was strange to be back at Tulum, but also see how it had changed. And then we went to Chichen Itza. I had been there before as well. First time for Joe, both places. First time for the boys, both places. So I was kind of acting like tour guide Barbie. Tulum or Chichen Itza was, so if you're unaware what Chichen Itza is, it is ruins that were made by the Mayans, I believe. I don't think it was the Aztecs. I forget which one. And the castle, one of the ruins' names, or I guess all of Chichen Itza, the whole grounds, is one of the 8 wonders of the world. Or 7 wonders of the world, not 8, 7 wonders of the world. And going there was a lot more emotional than what I thought it would be. So I grew up going to Mexico a whole lot, growing up with my parents. We'd always flip-flop between Cancun or Puerto Vallarta, and we'd go to the ruins and stuff like that. But Chichen Itza, you used to be able to climb the pyramid, and I am one of those people that had the opportunity to climb Chichen Itza when it was still open for the public to walk on the ruins, go amongst the ruins, stuff like that. They've shut that down. I believe it was 2008 due to just human wear and just trying to protect and conserve the ruins and stuff like that. So there are still a-hole people that do show up, jump the fence, the rope, and climb up. You get kicked out, you get a fine. The people there and also tourists will boo you or throw stuff at you. So it was just crazy walking around it and knowing it's illegal now to do it, but it was something that I was fortunate enough to do, as well as my brother and my parents, and coming up on 6 years next month for my dad's death. So being there, I have found going to places that I haven't been since my dad died are really emotional for me. So I wanted to take some of his ashes on this trip to Mexico because we were planning to go to both of the ruins, and I was like, I would love to be able to take him back there for him to be forever. So Tulum, there is the beach, and so we went down there and I put some of his ashes into the ocean, and then I brought sand back from that beach to put in little glass jars that I have with a cork. And so I brought back sand from Tulum, and then on the bottom I write the location and then the date, and I have a whole collection going of places I've been. And then when we went to Chichen Itza, I took some of my dad's ashes and dumped them past the rope in front of the main ruin and told him that, you know, they took the chain away. So on one side of the four-sided pyramid, when you used to be able, there was a chain, a literal chain that people could hold on to help themselves go up, or just to hold on to something. People like me and my brother, we would just walk straight up the 91 steps to the top of this pyramid. But my dad was claustrophobic and a little uneasy, and so we always teased him that, you know, he needed to use the chain. So as I was sprinkling him on the grounds, and I just used my arms, I didn't like go over the rope, nothing like that. But I didn't want to spread him like where people walk. I wanted to do it past the rope. I said that, where did I mumble to him? That there's no more chain, but pretty sure you could get up there now without using the chain, and you'll always be here. So, and then sprinkled him in 2 other places as well. But yeah, absolutely amazing. Okay. Came back from Mexico, got busy with 1884 stuff, stitching, and then the friend who I went to Costa Rica with, mom ended up in ICU, and I said, you know, I think you need to go out and see her and make a trip, because you never know what can happen. Obviously the experience with my dad, so I'm all about, if you have the opportunity to go see someone when they're sick, because you just don't know. And I got bamboozled to go along, so we left. We drove to Texas. The mom was in ICU in Vernon, Texas, about northwest Texas. If anyone's familiar, she lived in the Kroll area. And so we drove the 12 hours, because by the time we'd get flights, we'd have to fly in, I think it was like Lubbock, get a car, drive down. We were like, let's just drive. We can leave Monday morning, then we have a car, and we can take turns driving. So we drove, and long story short, his mom did not improve, and mom passed away. So that was unexpected. Seeing that was not on the bingo card of what was supposed to happen. I was there, friend was there, and then the stepdad. And then had to extend the trip for visitation and funeral. So, 10 days, about a 3-4 day trip turned into a 10-day excursion, but it was amazing, and I was happy that we were there, and I was happy that I was there. So during our downtime and kind of got out of town for a few days before the visitation and funeral, we went thrifting, and we stopped at all the places, and my legs are going numb. So I'm just gonna show you, I need to move my legs. I'm just gonna show you in no order things that I purchased, and then I will also explain if stuff is going up on 1884. Actually, yes. So I was able to snag 4 amazing Christmas stockings, needlepoint stockings. 3 angels. One has a snowman with birds, and it has embroidered Evan up at the top. Those are available on 1884 right now. So I thought they were too good, and I couldn't help but put them up. this morning. Here is another ornament piece that I found. So of course I had to get that. That was super cute. There, now you can see Rudolph, super cute. So this will be going up on 1884. Strawberry shortcake twin flat sheets for $1. These will be going to my girl Kelly. Oh, you guys, just wait. I got some one-of-a-kind bags coming. Just wait. Okay. These are smoking tobacco pipe. Yeah. Holders. So I was looking at them and I thought, how great would they be to put some of the larger scissors or whatever. So I got both of them. They gave me a screaming deal. I need to dust them off, do some, probably just some like wood, not polish, whatever that oil stuff is, just to clean them up. These will be coming to Anaheim with me. Let's see, salt cellars. You guys know what salt cellars are? So at fancy dinner parties, you have your own salt dish next to your plate, and that's what these are. I was thinking though, how cute would they be if you make your own little pin cushions for them? So those are going to the retreat as well. These amber dishes were, I just thought this was gorgeous with kind of the rib, God, what's it, when it's white, I forget what it's called on, like when it's on milk glass, what this design is called. I'm totally blanking. But again, milk, like pin cushion, right? You take some batting, stuffing, take whatever fabric, pull it over, sew it all together, plop it in, good to go. Or a finish. How great is that? Because it does have a lip on it all the way around. It probably did have a like a lid on it, but you could totally finish something and then you'd have like a lip to attach it. I remember this thrift place was so freaking cheap. Like the strawberry were $1. I think this was like 50 cents. And it just got to the point, I was like, okay, it's gonna be one of these places. If I saw it and I liked it, I just picked it up and started a pile on the counter. So these little glass heart amber dishes, how freaking cute. $12 of them for $2. Don't want to talk about it. All right. Candy dishes. I totally took somebody's all their amber stuff. $2.50 each. 1, 2, 3. I have one at my house at, that I'm not going to be using. So 4 of these I will have available. But yes, now these are great. Guess what? Your scissors fit in the holes. And then you can put whatever inside. Love the color. My friend was dying laughing. All right, what else? I thought this is the place, just in Texas maybe, that I will be able to find some cross-stitch like the dishes or cups and saucers. So I first found salt and pepper shakers. I never look at the salt and pepper shakers. So found these guys. How freaking cute. They had corks, but really old, actual like cork wood ones. And I wanted to clean them out. So those got removed. And of course, when I pulled them out, they just like disintegrated. But how freaking cute. Then I was like, well, I must be on. We went out the next day to a different place. Looked at the salt and pepper shakers. I'm keeping these. These I absolutely love. Absolutely love these. Same thing. It was the old cork, so I'm gonna have to figure out. They sell replacements. Get like plastic or silicone ones, but yeah, so freaking cute. I'm upset though that the salt is kind of jank on the placement of it. Because see, pepper's like more centered. Salt needs to come down. Anyway. And then with the salt and pepper was also this container. Drips. With the lid. So cleaned all of this up. I even had to look up what drips was. So apparently like when you cook, like the fat, the drippings, that doesn't apply to me being vegetarian. So I don't know what I'll put in my drips container. Maybe I'll put my instant coffee in here, because when I'm lazy and don't want to use my French press, but I just want the taste of coffee, I just use instant and throw some in. So maybe I'll throw my instant coffee in here. What else can I make little pin cushions of, or which you guys can make pin cushions? So I thought this ceramic shoe was freaking adorable. So I picked that up, and then I saw this elephant. How? I don't even like elephants. Why is he so freaking cute? And he was a candle. So candle smells amazing. So I need to get the wax out, because again, this would be so cute to make into a little pincushion. Guys, oh God. The back of the car. And my friend's just as bad. Not buying cross stitch, but books. All right, mask wall. I found this mask. She was fantastic. She had a buddy, this guy. I didn't like him as much. He kind of looked like Santa Claus. And this vendor wanted $35 each for each of them, and I was willing to spend $35 on her. This solid, it's freaking heavy. But yeah, I thought she was amazing. So whenever I'm out at places, like when I purchased my instant relative here, this guy right here, his name's Arthur. I call him Arthur. He was up on the wall next to a female, and so they were married at that point, but then I made them get divorced because I didn't bring her back with me. But then I kind of felt guilty and thought, oh my God, he's really gonna give me bad juju because I separated him from his wife. But so far nothing, so I'm feeling like I kind of did him a service. I'm not really sure. So her and him though are divorced now because I left his butt somewhere in Texas. Found Jesus. Jesus was amazing. It's the first time I've looked close at Jesus. So yep. Fantastic. Okay, let's put Jesus up there. This pin cushion box that I found, amazing. It has the jewels still, the faux pearls. It was made in Italy, little trinket box, so freaking cute. I'm keeping this one from now. These trinket boxes. So I have one that a friend gave me that was her mom's, and in it I keep my dad's watch of his that I wear, and then the necklace of his ashes. I've changed out my necklaces recently. I'm on a gold kick, so yeah, and pearls. So I'm switching it up. These, have you come across these or seen the price that these go for? Freaking crazy. I scored this one for 15 bucks. So really, really nice. I brought over the other day I love how I point at it like you guys can see. I brought over a basket of basically my remaining medical items from the house. I have a IKEA cabinet, metal cabinet there that I have my medical stuff in, so I will see if I have space, but I was thinking I have a vertebra that's 300 plus years old, and I was thinking about putting it in here. So okay, this bag, I remember this bag was 25 bucks. I was walking by, I did a video, again, stitching in skulls. I saw this hanging up and I was like, what is that? And I go over and it's hanging up. It's a purse. Yeah. So, absolutely love it. I can hide it. I haven't done like a Google search on it. I don't think it's like super old or anything. It's definitely not hand stitched. It's just tapestry fabric, same image. I love this top. Okay, these cross stitch books are always good. Found some magazines, so I grabbed those. Pamphlet, more books, which again, I'll have to decide if I'm putting them up on the website or not. So it's a long time between now and the beginning of September when I go to Anaheim. I'll be there from the 4th to the 8th, but for how much stuff I could possibly find between now and then, and I just don't want to have to, I mean, it's more of like, I'm going to have to pack it up and lug it, and what will sell and what won't, and then bringing it back, so just stay tuned. But yeah, this was a really gorgeous book. That's Art Nouveau, and it does have, it has the charts with these designs. Macintosh, let's see. And then like there's this daffodil lady, there's a poppy lady. Oh, here are the 3 ladies. Yeah. Here was what's this cooler? Donna Cooler, $5.55. One of these, Christmas. And then I found this book, Needlework Patterns from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I haven't even looked through it yet. I think it's just just black and white. And then information on, oh, it's like bullion knot, how to do it. Kittens, what is this about? Oh, Chinese, talks about this Chinese mosaic. So I gotta look through this, but I saw it and thought, what the hey? McCall's Needlework Book. This is from 1953, 1954. I thought the ladies, the ballet ladies on the front were gorgeous. And then when I flip it over, the ad for Hiawatha, where you can purchase, they will send them to you. Look, blue, Pinky and Blue Boy. Yeah. So there are those. And what's funny, I think I actually have, so I have Pinky, but I have Big Pinky. Pinky's massive. But I believe I have these two couples here, and they were in the circular frame, but I have them, which I want to probably send them to Kelly. She'll put them on a bag for you guys. But yeah, the ads in here and are always amazing. Look at her, like, shawl. So I purchased that. Then, of course, I found tintypes, old photos, family photos. Here's a happy couple. Not sure what their story is. More tintypes. Pictures after a flood. These were just in a full set, or like a lot. And then this handsome gentleman, this is Travis Alexander White. He was born 1883, he died in 1947. He was kind of in a whole collection of stuff, so he's going up on my wall. Looks all dapper. Yeah, so I collect tintypes, freaky mask, skulls, and stitching. It's a great combo. All right, this last lot of stuff was in a box, and I was going through it and I was like, okay, it's all textiles. It's all going to be good. I don't want to spend my time going through it, missing out on other stuff, because we were kind of on a time crunch. So what was in it was this notebook of notes this lady had written regarding her crocheting or gray vest sweater, dad white, and then like 7.5 ounces waisted, rib size 3, needle knit stitches. So all of her notes, and I was like, I love this with like the hand, just the handwritten. So kept that out of the lot. Some of this stuff had dead body bugs all up in it, so it had so many containers, or the old paper packaging of like the needles, and I showed those on a video that I had posted on my stories on Stitching and Skulls. But then when I really started looking at them at the end, all like the beetle dead bodies, and I was like, I'm not gonna bring that stuff back. But here was a old needle book that's disintegrating, but kept that. This container with big needles, but they're called sweet tabs, so I guess they were like sugar tabs, but I thought the bottle was cool. This is an extendable ruler. I just thought that was really neat. There's no company name on it, like where it was from. Old Tomato was in the box. And tatting. So this is all hand done, like lace trim tatting. So this whole pile, she had made this doily, this piece, maybe trying to stitch this lace bow thing. There were 4 of these with like this leaf design, so there were 4 of those. Here was more lace. More. This was in there. This needs a good cleaning. This will be going off Wednesday with the cats. That'll go on a bag. More lace. Then there was this circular piece, which I think like you wear. Go over. I think that's how you're supposed to wear it, like over like a solid top. And then this is like, you know, if it's on black, then it stands out. But yeah, I saw that and thought it was gorgeous and old. So more trim, which I want to do like a finish and then frame it up and use some of this. I think would be really fun. I mean, it's just like endless. Look, it was still with the ball that she was using to make that. This is a little worse for wear and has rust on it. But these hand embroidered flowers. This piece. I'm just calling it lace work, not the proper name. Doily. More lace work. Handkerchief. I see the dust coming off this stuff. Another one. Doily. More of this variegated trim stuff. More. I don't think this is old or anything, but I just loved the eyelets. So for a table, but I thought it was just pretty and delicate looking. My receipt. This handkerchief. This was a pillowcase, hand embroidery. It has the zipper on the back. These place settings with these folk art people. Got 7 of those. Peacock. More like lacy doily things. More handkerchiefs, flowers and pots. This flower vase thing. Old collegiate cap and gown company, graduation cap hoods, measuring tape. Oh God, my receipts. See, there was trim, this gold trim, table runner. It's a double, so you get image on both sides. This cross stitch piece. Oh, then no more in the box. Actually, no, this was in the box. So I believe this is like old school, not bra, but undergarment. Gorgeous. Look at this, you guys. So I put it on and I totally fit it. It's a little snug. I don't know what year this was. Let's say this is like the 60s, the 50s. I don't know if their tatas were as big back then as they can be now, if you so choose. But I love this, so I want to figure out some way to wear this. This was found and I took it out of the frame and the glass. Country Bloomers. Super, super cute. This will be going up on 1884, as well as this floral piece. Just amazing. And finally, this gorgeous lady with her garden gates. Really, really great. Hold on, I'm a liar. This bag that was in the box, that the stitcher had converted it into needles, and then old. These were the only ones I kept out. All the booklets of needles, needlepoint, needle book. These ones were the best looking ones. I love the advertisements. So yeah, really, really fun stuff. And then last thing, and then we'll talk stitching, because all this took me an hour. Oh, my knee. Something about just, I don't have a problem wearing, oh God, my knee like is so stiff right now. You guys, you see what you make me do? So the place that had the box of all the textiles was in this dark room, and you definitely just had to, so he bought out estates, and it's literally like, he just takes it back to this big giant room off to the side of his like main store, and then if you are interested, you have to dig through the stuff. But I felt like I was in someone's house robbing them and going through all of their shit. But it was like he had just bought the estate stuff and brought it back and just dumped it. So stuff was still wrapped in newspaper if it was like glass items. So that's why that box, I think it was like, oh, grandma died, mom died, put all this stuff in the box. Oh yeah, we don't want it. He took it and then just dumped it. There were also clothes. So all pieces of clothing were $5. I saw this and instantly knew I needed it. I saw the lacy part. I saw that it was long. I was secretly hoping that this was the lady's name that wore this piece. Like some reason she decided to like identify it. Odette Barca. Now, I looked it up. So, clothing designer, 50s, 60s. And this was like her style, this was the style back then. It also came with kind of like a nightgown. That was not included. It was just this. But look at my pearls. I can't with this. Look at the sleeve. And it is long. It is long, which is amazing because I'm 5'7". It's got a pocket. So I need to wash this because it smells like musty. Actually, no, it smells better. But yeah. Okay, can we talk stitching now? Oh my god. You guys put up with my shenanigans. Okay. Oh, before I left for Texas, I stumbled across an amazing Facebook Marketplace haul. Again, these estate lots. This guy was selling cross-stitch patterns, couple hundred, easily. Everything for $50. So I was like, if anything, it's just extra $2 charts, and it'll be great things to take to the retreat in September. Amazing, amazing, amazing charts. Now, yes, a lot of charts that I would consider $2, absolutely. But those are also great to take to the retreat, just to clear them out. But I am slowly putting them up, but I also don't just want to bombard 1884 and just make it all $2 charts. But there were also Prairie Schoolers in there, the original like cardstock ones, lavender and lace, trying to think what other good, more popular known, but I'm starting to slowly put up those. And she had them all organized in magazine racks. But I donated all of those and just brought the stacks up. But yeah, also though were finishes. Nothing framed like that, and these charts have already sold. I put these charts up in the dollar section, or in the $2 bin, and somebody already purchased them. But the lady stitched these old world Santas, which these are the Santas I like. I prefer old world Santas over traditional Santa. And look how great, I mean, stunning. These alone, I mean, I got so much for $50. Frickin' steal. Frickin' steal. But these alone, so I need to figure out what I'm going to do with these. I don't know if I'm just going to keep my favorite ones and send them off to be finished as ornaments, because I don't got the time or the want to do those. So maybe I'll keep some of these and sell the rest. That's probably what I'm going to do, because you see how many there are, and that would be expensive to get all of those made into ornaments. All right, I don't know if I showed you guys this. I had been working on this. This is Stacy Nash Let Love Grow pin keep. I finished it. I don't know if I had showed you guys that. Yep. And let's see, Mexico. And oh no, I do have another finish. So when I went to Costa Rica, of course, wanted to take stitching. What do I take? Nothing with a ton of colors. Something on fabric that, you know, I don't need anything crazy to see. So I found online before I left, is this the right way? No, it's not. an outline of Costa Rica, and I actually started this on the plane, finished it at the airport before we left, and then the heart is where the capital is. So I need to frame that up, do with it what I am. Another piece I had taken with me, this is called Celestial Angels. It is from Sheepish Designs, so I will be recharting, re-releasing this. I do not have any of these patterns in stock, so but this is what it looks like. So the angel head wings all the way around with these birds, and then you get the full alphabet to then put into the middle. So I'm going to do the M, and I fully stitched all the outside, but I need to figure out where the middle is on the M, the middle of this, and stitch it in. The variegation is DMC 4211, and I need to bring over my sewing machine one of these days and do a pillow finishing extravaganza, because yeah, I have so many like little smalls I just want to complete, and probably just do like a dough bowl display for them, which means I'll need a bigger dough bowl. Yeah. Let's see. Texas, I was thinking I'd have more time to stitch, because the plan was I was just going as support for my friend, and I was fine if we got there and he spent all day at the hospital and I stayed in the room stitching. So I took Mermaid's Folly, but only, I'm not going to undo where I'm at. I've done the whole entire top row, and I am now working on her. I think in the hospital, when I was sitting there, I just got these little stitches in right there. Yeah. So, what is that? Oh. I am using Cottage Garden Threads ink, great variegation, really, really pretty. Let's see, the Arizona State Fair, I think, God, when does that start? October? So I don't think I can get this done unless I work on this solely, but then I feel like I would totally get burnt out. And I'm also trying to get up a lot of 1884 inventory and kind of play catch up from the last 2 weeks that I've been gone and just gone with traveling and stuff. So I don't think I'll be able to get this done in time, Mermaid's Folly, for the Arizona State Fair, but I'm definitely going to be putting in entries this year yet again. Not sure what. That will be a future video topic that I talk about. Let's see. This is Victorian Tiles from Brenda Keys. You can get this chart, 1884 Stitchery, for $5. All Brenda Keys charts, $5. And this has definitely been calling me. And this is where I'm at on that. So I have completed all the way across, some boxes down, but I'm not doing the background fill in because all of these boxes are solidly stitched, and I'm cheating and not doing that. That's okay. But yeah, it's just such a tough, like right now, I definitely have the urge that I want to stitch. But I got 1884 work and I want to put up all this great stuff. And it's like, I can't do both. So I'm just going to have to get back into, you know, wake up early, I grind, hit, you know, 1884, and then, you know, and I'm a night owl. So a lot of times I'm uploading stuff like 11 o'clock, midnight, my time, Arizona time. And then when I wake up the next morning, my early shoppers have usually already purchased it. But I think it's going to get to the point where, okay, 6 o'clock, stop working, and go sit down and stitch. Because there are easily days that I have been in my office working, if it's uploading, charting, organizing, some aspect, easily I've put in 10-hour days before, even more. So, yeah. The Witchy Stitcher, I don't know if I don't know what I've showed you or not showed you. The difference between medicine and poison. This piece is going around. People are stitching it. Not the best cover photo. But it's got skeletons on it. It talks about medicine. I'm stitching this on 36 count 1001 Nights from XJU Fabric. But it's like, I want to get back to this. So that's what it looks like. Yeah, because this is totally up my alley. I think that is it. I have not done any more work on this Brenda Keys. Remember this Brenda Keys piece I started? What is this? Mary Elizabeth Nicholson. I am doing the border. And I got all the way across. So, but that's it. That's as far as I've... But I feel like during the summer, I am a little slower on the stitching just because traveling, and I just don't have that time to like, oh, let's sit down all day and stitch. I mean, I definitely could, but then I'd feel guilty because then I should be doing 1884 stuff and blah blah blah. All right, that is it. I'm done talking. New inventory up daily, 1884 Stitchery. Go give it a look. If you see things, make sure you purchase them. Just because they're in your shopping cart does not mean that they're yours and no one else can take them. It's the first person to check out with them. So if you want me to start you a pile, I can. Just write in the memo section, still shopping, still cruising. I will pull the items. I will mark them as shipped. Just know I am holding on to them until you tell me no more. I will then also refund you any additional shipping charges. I will hit you with just one shipping. Let me see what else. Some of the things that you saw today, I will be putting up. So give a look for those. And yeah, any questions, comments, feel free to put them down below. Thank you guys so much, and who knows the next time I'll be back, but you know I'll have some great thrifting finds. So until then, bye guys.